An offensive and defensive game plan has been preached each week. Once you have made your game plan and focus player decisions.
You know you got to turn up to keep on begging
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley.
Offense back on the field here. Let's see what they can do on this play. From the gun, it's Breeze. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down after a good game. It's a gain of 21 that time. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
That was a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Pernell McPhee in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives, and I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. They do go for it. It's Breeze. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football. Back out there now. Let's see what they can put together. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times?
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And his guys... The the Jaguars getting set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. And Garrett Selleck here on the completion. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Breeze now on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Out to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marlon Brown, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket and wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Green to bring it back. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Our eyes shift to the defense of the Jaguars now. And last time out, they gave up the chip shot field goal, but obviously could have been worse than that. I think they felt pretty good about only giving up 3.
No doubt about it. Anytime an offense gets into the red zone, the thinking naturally for the defense is, okay, 3 points. We're going to give up 3 here.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Walden coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Well, thank you.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Here's Austin. He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To the sideline and complete to Gronkowski.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Open man left side is Gronkowski. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I think that should have been chalked up as a winning play for the defense, and they somehow beat it, didn't they? Right-handed quarterback flush to his left. Yet he finds his tight end on the left side of the field. That's a tough throw. What a great completion.
And that one good for 16 yards and a 1st.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the 1st half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Still on his feet. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep, and that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Jacksonville. 42 yards. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down, and he whips that one incomplete there.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
They come up in an offset eye. They run. Peterson. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Throwing now is Breeze. He finds Roberts, complete. The 13 yards that time at a first.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of their quarterbacks and move the sticks.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They slot Gronkowski out right. Now Breeze throwing on second down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. Give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And Frank's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Green to bring it back. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Mallett. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Eric Walden in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Here's Ryan Allen now, standing just outside his own goal line. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Now Austin. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jags to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe bashed it.
Super toe.
They'll come out in the pistol. They run the counter now. It's Peterson. What a spin. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. It's almost a tendency breaker.
Breeze now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And this one's incomplete. Adrian Peterson was the intended target. And it's second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon, and they get him down right near the midfield stripe. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Back now in Jacksonville. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Second down following the run. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Wilson snags it left side. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Mallet now. Finding time. And his throw's going to be incomplete. T.J. Yeldon, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. On second down, here's Yeldon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chris Long with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
Drew Brees getting this defense. They made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right, and rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11.
One of the things that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming on a blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit.
And Salek here, left side. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Again, we'll see the pistol here. From the pistol, they run with Peterson. Stiff-armed him. Shreds the tackle. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Again, Peterson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Adrian Peterson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, the spin. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And he'll take it on this side of midfield.
Whoosh.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Another pistol look here.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. Now Breeze. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Breeze going to throw here. Forced out to his left. This will be caught at about the 3. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Now Peterson. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. And that's a big one for AP, his 3rd of the season, but more importantly, 100 rushing touchdowns now in his career.
And what an accomplishment, because when you think about the normal careers of running backs, they're not around long enough to get close to 100 touchdowns scored on the ground. Adrian Peterson, often in a class by himself, one of the best we've ever seen.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. On the return, the old reliable Devin Hester, the veteran. Spinning again. A beautiful fake. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Look at the block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Here's Mallet. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And now they're in the hurry-up. On play action, they'll throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Out comes the Jacksonville. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Peterson alone in the backfield. Breeze now to throw. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Marlon Brown with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jumbo by two. Leading the surge there, he drops him for a loss of 6. Mallet now. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
It's fielded at the 45. Look at this spin.
Balance.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake out of there.
And now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Breeze is looking to throw. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this one incomplete. Well, apparently taking a knee is not in vogue.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Used to draw, hard to admit that I used to draw. Portraiture in a human form, doodle of a two-headed unicorn. It was soothing, moving his arm in a fusion of man-made tools and a muse from beyond. Even if it went beautifully wrong, it was tangible truth.
Players have contracts that are about to expire. Resign them so you don't lose them to free agency. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Unseen hand dragging a graphite, cross contour, a little bit of backlight, black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine a rush that ensue when you get 3 dimensions stuffed in a 2. Then it's off to a school where it's all you can do, being trained and observed by a capable few.